finally, from the murder of Dalian Atkinson, you know, the main officer. I don't think the female officer has been charged yet, but the main officer.
They couldn't find the. I think they've already stopped it, haven't they?
They stopped it.
Yeah, they couldn't find they couldn't find they couldn't agree on the charge. The jury, jury, I think it was the body. Yeah.
Yes.
I personally think it's a joke. I don't know how you can find the one guilty. How can you find the one geezer guilty and then the woman you don't know? Come on, bro.
Probably it's conspiracy because she's not stopped him. It's like the George Floyd thing, because they've not stopped him or done anything about it. You just watched it. You're actually party to that. You're actually in agreement.
Oh, she hit him. Conspiracy. She hit Dalian Atkinson.
What did
she used the baton on him.
And even the police guy was saying, the police guy reenacted what he's supposed to have done, and he's saying, "Oh, we only did that, you know, little tap couple two times." You know what I mean? But then the eyewitness says, "Listen, you kicked him up a good 5 and 6 and 8 times." You know what I mean? So,
but Melo, let's be real. If you was next to you was on the streets watching your brethren kick up somebody, and you just touched the guy on the floor, you're in prison as well. Let's be real, bro. Bro. It don't matter what you say, bro. You're in prison already, yeah. And this is what we're saying, and it's not just police. It's reality show. It is straight up white privilege. That's the reality show. You know what I'm saying?
It's white privilege. It's true because my brethren, I got a brethren. He done 8 years. He done a robbery. Him and his people done a robbery, and the geezer, the security got shot. Now my brethren didn't shoot the security.
It was the other guy.
Obviously, he knew who shot the security. Now. My brethren would not tell him who shot, so they charged him. He had to go to jail and do the bird because he wouldn't give up the name. The police knew. We know you didn't shoot him, but if you don't give us the name, we're charging you with that crime.
Yeah.
So, as he said, now that's because of the darkness of his skin. Because look at the white woman. She's a white woman. She was there. She saw the geezer taser my man overly taser. She saw the geezer hold the button for 33 seconds longer than he's supposed to. She done all those things. She was there to do all that. At no time did she challenge her colleague and say, "Yo, stop that, man. You're going overboard." You don't hear nothing like that in the transcripts. You know, she was there trying to stop him from overreacting. Nothing. He was partaking in what the geezer did, killed the man. So I find it very hard to stomach that the fact that it's a hung jury. I don't get it.
That's a madness.
Because
the other thing as well that I don't really like as well, which really got on my nerves, was obviously we know that, you know, the main officer, he got charged and stuff like that. But from my understanding, the family have come forward and they've said, from their perspective, justice has been done. And I'm thinking, justice is only done when both people receive what they're supposed to receive.
But,
you might say part justice has been done, right? But the fact that this other person potentially is going to be walking the street now and nothing is happening to them, for me, full justice has not been done, because played a part in the death of my son or my nephew or my uncle or whoever it is here, right? And you're getting away pretty much scot-free.
But DJ Marks, the thing is, for me, I totally agree with you, but it's I have to call it the Caribbean descent people in this country. They are struggling to get their head up, because listen, think about it. It's 2016, he got murdered. Anthony, could you know that you had a brother who got killed in 2016 and you got to wait 5 years to get the thing in your case? And you know, say, if you just tap a guy within 3 weeks, you're there in court. Yeah, and why is it taking?
Because it was against the police, innit? So the police had to. They needed time to find a way.
You know how I can do that dance this week? Remember we saw the email about that superintendent who she got reinstated. Yeah, I actually looked into the case. Yeah, she did something in 2018. Within a year, they dealt with a case, boom, kicked her out. So when they was doing the case, I don't know who's right or wrong, but she got sent some dodgy imagery, and from a family, and she tried to do something. Within a year, she's out. So that's within the police force. They dealt with her as a black woman within a year. Why is it taking 5 years for a normal PC plod on the street, and he's doing the thing with the girl he's going out with, is there on beat, battering a black guy? And there's no footage in the mobile phone era that's there, which is being probably kept away from us. And the reality show is, sorry, I'm sure that after 12 months, guys, if we make it out, look at our siblings. If that was our cousin, was that our brother? Are you mean to tell me you'll keep quiet after the year and nothing's going on? And the family turned around and said we couldn't because we don't want to bias the case, bro. All I know said George Floyd. We all knew what happened, didn't it? And it didn't bias the case. The facts are the facts. There's no bias to the case, and this is what they'll keep lying to us.
Anything help the case, the George Floyd thing. If those pictures or the videos didn't come out, then
bro, they would have got away with it.
Not about the impact it did.
You see, and this is the thing is now that man would have been locked up 3 years ago, 4 years ago, if things kicked off.
Yeah.
I'm not saying burn down the place, guys. It's about we gotta pick and choose what we fight for as a people. Things that are blatant foolishness. A guy that might have had a mental breakdown and was going through a mental breakdown doesn't deserve to get murdered on the street, whether you're white, black, or whatever. But the police officers bigger than the guy and made it out like he was some overgrown Frankenstein and they couldn't stop him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I'm overstepping the mark. But yes, it might have been people. You know what I'm saying?
I was watching a video yesterday. There's been a rise in police officers in the UK administering the taser twice, and it's disproportionate with black people. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot more with black people. It's affecting a lot more black people. They're actually doing it twice as much as they're supposed to be doing, and it's causing a lot of injury. Because if you see some of the videos now that I saw, the way that these guys just fall flat on their face, big guys, you know, smashing their skulls on the floor and stuff like that. Nah, man, nah.
They're scared. They're scared of us. We're brutes.
As well, is that even before the police even get to the stage where these things are happening, there's a way of thinking within society already, which automatically puts us at that disadvantage. For example, like if you see, I walk down a certain street with a hoodie on my head as a black guy, right? I will be seen more as a threat than if a white dude walks down that same street wearing the same hoodie. Do you know what I'm saying? So because of that perception already that's out there, you know what I'm saying? You turn up, the police turn up at a location, right? And for me, if someone's having the level of mental breakdown that it's been told us that he's had, it's evident through what they're saying, what they're doing, right? That there's something mentally not right with them. So you should know that to take what they're saying and what they're doing with a pinch of salt, because they're not acting as someone that you would be what you might consider your normal everyday person doing whatever. But you turn up there, right, and you see this black guy, it's almost like that's gone out the window. No kind of thought of care that, forget what we're coming to think. We can clearly see that this guy, in terms of mental health, he isn't there right now. So we need to deal with this in a certain way. Maybe even bring on another team to support us. Why they're trying to like keep him at distance? Maybe even get a team that can deal with that mental side to be on their way to kind of speak to him and all that kind of stuff. Whatever it is you have to do. But there was no kind of proper. It's almost like there was no training kicked in where they can look at it and say, okay, we can see this is not your everyday situation that we deal with. This guy clearly, he's not well. Do you know what I'm saying? So we had to deal with him in a completely different way.
Cool. That's it.
Yeah, but like I said, the whole being black and
that makes it worse.
If you're black here, right, and you're naturally aggressive,
all
that kind of stuff comes into it, and it's just really crazy.
No, it's ridiculous, and they're still trying to decide if the lady officer gets in prison. And this is not me wishing the worst on individuals and people, but the reality show is, I'm not saying murder doesn't happen, and we're not saying black people don't murder. No, we're not saying that we pop totally innocent people. Police are the police, and we're not saying on this show, before somebody says we're saying we're going to defund the police, we're not saying to defund the police. But you have to react to show is that you murdered a black man and it took 5 years. 5 years. But yet we're not as bad as the US because we never shot him. You battered him to death. And that's the reality.
It's worse what they did than the shot, because if you shot him,
you don't get your hands
dead. My man had to go through praying. Imagine the trauma in his head alone, the kicks in the head, the shocks to the body, and it's only supposed to last for a certain amount of time. So imagine the extra 33 seconds that man's going through what he's going through when he didn't have to. You know what I mean? So they can say, oh, we didn't shoot him, so that makes it okay then, don't it? No, it don't. At the end of the day, as he says, for me, we can say, but you got to have to ask yourself, Dalian Atkinson's family, did they really rally hard enough though?
Yeah. No, I'm
not putting it all on it, but you got to ask yourself, because I'd like to believe if it was my family, it's not taking me for. I'm making things happen. Yeah. So they can't. Yeah. They cannot give me 5 years. They cannot. Mm-hmm. If it means I have to start sending out my bridges to start petrol bombing police stations, that's what's going to happen. Because I'm going to get their attention. I'm going to get their attention, bro. They're going to listen. Bring this to court, or more police stations are going to get burnt down, bro. You get me? And you see, and that's the thing, black people, we have to take things to the extreme to get heard, to get noticed. Yeah. And
then we get villainized.
Levels.
Yeah, we get villainized.
You know, and then we're getting criminalized. Oh, but look, he's done this. Yeah, but I had to, because you weren't doing nothing. I didn't see no justice. My brother died 3-4 years ago. You ain't done nothing about it. I'm trying to get it to court, but nobody wants to hear me. So I'm about to take matters into my own hands.
And this is why we need to more. I would love to see the footage of how that, because if that footage ever got out there, but I just feel that we I believe media's changed now. We're got more power on YouTube and stuff like that still, and I feel that I hope that doesn't happen. But what I don't want people to think is this is a one-off case. This has happened countless times to black men. I don't know about you guys. I used to hear stories of guys that do not get caught by the police. Do not get caught, because when you go in that van, between that van and the police station, was pure peak. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I heard as a kid.
These things have been happening for years. But I mean, even speaking of this Dalian Atkinson case, we've said it on a previous episode that those tasers now, they're designed in a way that when you see they are used, they're designed to take you down instantly. And even if they don't take you down instantly the first time, right, by the second time, right, you're down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it takes a very aggressive and violent and evil type of person to stay there for a whole 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
During 30 seconds, everyday life, you might say, oh, that's nothing. Someone says to you, oh, how long is it going to take for me to go around the corner? They say 30 seconds. You say, oh, that's a quick thing. But when you talk about this kind of situation, 30 seconds is a lifetime. Do you know what I'm saying? Whoa. And it takes a very certain type of person with a certain way of thinking.
Evil?
Yeah, right? Yeah. And I mean, you hear it for years that there's people that will join the army solely so they can kill legally. And I would go as far to say, you'll see that in the police, that there's certain people that will join the police because they know that they can do certain things. Yeah, right?
Yeah, man. To human beings,
and get away with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, if this was a... let's change it. If this was a young white girl, and 2 black police officers,
Whoa.
It's over.
Yeah. But them man's are sacked in the morning, bro. Sacked in the morning, locked up and dashed away right in Winton Green, bro. They won't even get a trial, bro. You know what they do? When you see the news and you see the van going by and everyone's throwing stuff at the at the vehicle, they get all that still, but these white officers can walk in Brumtown, where they miles away from Dalian Atkinson's where he started as a footballer, literally. Anthony, how long would you say to Villa Park from the court? Literally 2 minutes about 5 minutes in the car
from Birmingham Central Court, the court to Villa Park. The drive, I'd say it's about a 10-minute drive.
If that. Because don't forget expressway, but when you see in Villa, boom, you're there in less than 5 minutes. Yeah? So you can see Villa Park in less than 5 minutes. Obviously, you got to navigate the ghetto. But apart from that, you can see the Villa ground in 5 minutes from that place. But yet, the guys can walk without nobody going, boo. That's how covert this thing was. Disgraceful, man. Guys, to be honest, it's absolutely disgraceful. I want to see, when it all finally comes and we see the sentencing, I think that's when if he ever gets something like 2.5 years or something stupid like that.
Let's be serious. He's not going to get what you would see someone that's not a police officer would get, because they're going to start saying no for your years of service and because you have no record of this and all this kind of stuff here, right? Trust me, all that kind of stuff is going to get taken into account. And even though they are going to say justice was done because he's not maybe he's not a police officer anymore or whatever else, the fact is compared to what other people generally get, you might as well just say he got off scot-free. He's not going to get nowhere near.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%, 100%. So, guys, we just, we're disappointed, guys, in the system. We're disappointed that one of the footballers that we watched them for was a bad boy goal. That he used to score goals. He was part of Ron Atkinson's Wonder Villa team, and it just got murdered, man. Straight up murdered. I'm not gonna say it any other way. It got murdered by the police force. A black person. Not the first time, and it won't be the last time. It's not until we highlight it like this that people realize that we get murdered, straight up murdered. We get battered and bruised unnecessarily by the police, and we want to change that, but we can't change that without pointing out these cases and making man make a change. And on that note, hopefully next week I might have a police officer on this show. So I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this because it's gonna be talking about racism and whatsoever. But anyway.